sweetie, what are you doing on my side of the room? Taking pictures, enjoying yourself. You can do that, but on your side of the room. Thank you. So what's up, YouTube? Your girl is back again with another freaking video. Okay, so this is gonna be my first story time here on my YouTube channel. Okay, and it's kind of juicy. Okay, so you want to stay for the tea, get your popcorn, get your snacks, get your juice, get your milk, get your soda, whatever you be drinking, sis. Get your water, because I drink that water. Okay, and stay tuned. All right, so as you read by the title, I'm gonna be talking about my horrible roommate experience. Okay, so let's just rewind and I'm gonna give a little backstory on, you know, me and my roommate experiences or whatever. So I used to room with my best friend, right? Okay, so I used to room with my best friend, but she ended up graduating early, so therefore I had to find a new roommate. So I really wasn't looking for a roommate. I would just sign me up with anybody, because I honestly did registration late. So I was just like, they probably don't give me anybody, which is cool at the time, because I was like, because I really wasn't planning on coming back to Winston anyway. But that's a whole nother story. So yeah, I wound up getting a roommate and getting my housing situation right or whatever. Okay, so they sent me an email and said that I got a roommate. So I'm looking at the email or whatever, and I see that it's some girl that I don't know. Like, I feel like I hadn't seen her before because she was in my class, but not class, but like my graduating class or whatever. So I'm like, okay, whatever, that's fine. So then they sent me another email like a couple days later or a couple weeks later or whatever, saying that I didn't have a roommate. So I'm like, yes, I don't have a roommate. I'm about to buy this stuff for my room and just had a room looking like how I want the room looking, like bathroom stuff, all that. Days go by and I found out that I got a roommate, but this is how I found out. So I'm chilling or whatever one day at home or whatever, and I get a text message to say, okay, so boom, I think you're my roommate. So I'm like, hold on. She must got the wrong number. So I'm like, so you go to WSSU? Like, that's why I'm asking, like, did she go to my school? Because I'm like trying to make sure that it's me that she texting and that, you know, I'm her roommate. Because like I said, I thought I won't go have a roommate. Now this is a couple days before I'm about to move in. So she like, yeah, you my roommate or whatever. We were just talking and telling each other about ourselves or whatever. Just, you know, getting to know each other just a little bit. So yeah, she kept on saying, okay, so boom. I'm like, this is a different type of breed. Like, I don't know, she a little different, she a little off, but I don't really judge people. So I try not to judge her. Okay, so I was just like, oh, whatever. Then she told me how she chill and she easy to get along with or whatever. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's me too. I'm easy to get along with. And then I explained to her why I have housing off campus, because where we stay at right now is off campus. It's not like on campus or whatever. So I'm explaining to her like, yeah, I decided to move off campus this semester because I don't be involved in things that go on campus or whatever. Like, I just stay to myself. I be chill. So she like, I thought so or whatever. So I'm like, okay. So then she proceeds to tell me to follow her on IG. So I'm like, okay. I'm thinking of it. I'm like, okay, I follow her on IG. So we started following each other or whatever. After that, we started talking about other stuff, and I was just telling her how I don't smoke or drink or whatever. I just really wanted to tell her that because, excuse me, I didn't want her smoking and drinking in here. Okay, I didn't want all her little buddies in here giggling and stuff while I'm trying to do my homework in here smoking and drinking. Okay, no, I don't smoke though, for real. I barely ever drink. So fast forward to the day we about to move in. So we move in already or whatever, but mind you, she's a transfer student, so she got to move in like 2 days earlier than me. Okay, so by the time I got here, she was already here, but she wasn't really here, if you know what I'm saying. Like, so when I got here, she wasn't here. It was basically nothing really in the room. Like, she hadn't moved none of her stuff in or anything like that. So I'm here or whatever by myself. I'm setting up, getting my stuff right, you know, making my side of the room look okay and decent, okay, cute or whatever. So then she texts me like, I'm on the way. I'm like, she asked me was I here and that she was on the way. I'm like, okay, fine, we about to meet in person or whatever. So she gets here and she starts bringing in all these bins of clothes and shoes and personal stuff, just a lot of bins. I promise you, it's probably like 12 bins, okay? So she moved her stuff in. I'm not really paying her no mind. I'm just like, hey, or whatever. Cause like I said, I really didn't want no roommate, okay? But anyways, so I'm in the closet area, which is between that door right there. And I'm like hanging up my clothes. So I'm folding my pants, hanging them up, hanging my shirts up or whatever. Just getting my clothes together or whatever. And her mama and grandma is with her. So they speak or whatever. And then like my mother and her was like on the outside area, like the living room area. But the grandma came and sat in here, like in front of my face, sat in the chair and was asking me like all these crazy questions. I'm like, who is this lady? And why she want to know all my info? Okay? I might be hiding from the feds. Like, why you want to know all this information? She asked me where I'm from. Do I got a boyfriend? How long I've been here? When I'm gonna graduate? What's my major? All this other stuff. Like, it seemed to me as if she wasn't like concerned or like really wanted to know, but she really just wanted to be nosy. You know? That's how it seems. So I'm just like hanging up my stuff. That's how I am, hanging up my stuff. She like right there. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I was in there. And I'm hanging up my stuff and I'm just like, why are you asking me all these questions? So then the girl walks in with her mama and she just come in here like in this part of the room too. And she like, Lord, I know she probably asked you hella questions. I was like, I just laughed off. I want to say, hell yeah, get her out of here. But I ain't like that though. So yeah, so the night comes, right? So the grandma and the mama leave or whatever. They didn't really, she said, she told them that she didn't want help like putting her stuff up, that she was gonna do it. So I'm like, oh yeah, she probably about to get her stuff and put it up tonight or whatever. Ain't gonna be all over the place like it is right now. So the night comes and she comes in with two of her friends or whatever. So now it's her and hold on, mind you, let me remind you and let me let you know that it's COVID going on right now, okay? So if you living on campus or you know off campus still with the school housing, you're not supposed to have any company or whatever, okay? No company. She brings in two girls with no mask on, just kikiing it up in here, okay? So I'm in here looking at them kikiing it up. And I'm like, I could have sworn I got like 6 to 20 emails saying that we couldn't have company, okay? We couldn't have nobody else over after the time, you know, we're supposed to be moving in. But I let this slide. I'm like, this is probably her friend, her close friends, whatever. And she just not getting to the school. And I'm like, she is a transfer student or whatever. So I let this slide, okay? But later on that night, I think they leave or whatever. I go out in the living room because that's why I put my TV. I got it in here now. Like I moved it in like 2 weeks after I moved in because I was just out in the living room with my TV. So I was out there and I'm just watching TV or whatever. And then she takes a shower. But after the shower, she comes out like in a rush, like saying, hey, I'm about to leave, but I did take a shower and it is hair. Like I did leave hair behind in the shower. So I'm just looking like at her. So I didn't really say nothing. I'm just waiting for her to say like when the hell she gonna clean it up. So she looking at me and she like, but I'm going to get my hair done real quick, but as soon as I come back, I'm gonna clean it up. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I just let that slide too. I'm just like, she probably gonna come clean it up. She said she gonna clean it up, right? Okay. So a couple days go by, right? And the shower, the part of the shower that she had hair and stuff in is not cleaned up. It's still hair. And mind you, she didn't just wash her hair. She had dye. So now it's splashes of dye in the freaking shower. Like, who wants to go and take a shower? First of all, see somebody else's hair and then see dye all over the shower. Like, what? At this point, I want to go home and take a shower. So I left. Like, a couple days after that, I went home. I was literally here for like, I don't even think it was a whole week. And I went back home. Okay. So boom, I go back home. I'm chilling or whatever. I left out a part. So when her friends was here, she was saying, like, she was bragging basically. I'm not sure if she was trying to impress me or not impress me, but like just let me know like the type of, I don't know what she was trying to do. But she was like telling her friends, girl, you know I had to get the UGG. I couldn't get that cheap-ish. I couldn't, she's talking about like her comforter set and her pillows and stuff. She's like, I had to get the UGG. I couldn't get that cheap comforter. You know I'ma sleep good. And then she was like, and my dad about to send me another $250 to get these shoes or something. Like she was just like going on and on about stuff that she had or that she want or that she about to get. So I'm listening. I'm just like, okay, yeah. I know we not about to be friends. We about to be strictly roommates. At that point, I was just like, yeah, I don't like people like that. Like, I just don't like that type of energy, okay, around me. So I'm like, yeah, we just gonna be friends. So yeah, I'm at home chilling or whatever. And I'm on Instagram. Like I said, we follow each other on Instagram now. So I'm looking at her snap and I see her posted up with a girl and her looking real boyish. But she told me to follow her. I looked at her pictures and she had like real girly shit, like bathing suits and like type pictures, okay? So I mean, I'm not thinking of nothing of it. I'm like, oh yeah, she probably got a boyfriend because she is cute. She is a cute girl. So I'm like, she probably got a boyfriend or whatever. Girl, when I look at them snaps and she in there with that girl, she like she like on that type stuff. So I'm like, how she go from to like, I did understand it, but I'm just like, okay, so now she gay. So I'm just like, well, I'm gonna tell my boyfriend this because I know he gonna think this is weird and funny too. So he sleep. I'm like, babe, look at this. I think she gay. And my boyfriend, if you know him, then you know when he in a deep sleep, girl, he is not waking up or he just gonna mumble something that he don't even know that he's saying. So he like, oh, for real? Dang, like, I'm just laughing at him and at the fact that she gay. So it's not funny, but it was just funny to me. So boom, days go by after that, and I come back home. But when I go, I came back to school. When I go home, I usually stay for like a week and a half, or at least a week. Not just a weekend. I be gone. Like, I be staying home. So I come back, and the room is a mess. Okay. Nothing is put up, bins everywhere, stuff hanging out the bins. Like, at this point, it's been 2.5 weeks. You haven't had the time to just put your clothes in the 2 drawers you got under your bed or hang them up. Sweetie, what type of time are you on? Because I don't know what's going on here. So I come in and it automatically just changed my whole mood. So I come in, this how I am. I see the room. So I'm like, yeah, I don't like this. That's what really set it off. But then while I was home, when I was at school, she started bring her friends in. So I didn't really say nothing about the friends, but I'm just like, you know, we're not supposed to have friends. So then I complained to the RA about how I could possibly be at risk of catching COVID, basically. So I'm like, yeah, she always bringing these people in. It'd be different people each time, and most of the time it'd be more than one. No mask, just coming in here laughing and giggling, using the bathroom. You know, they in here doing homework, like they bring it on, like they in here chilling. Oh, and I need to let y'all know this though. Most of the time when I was here, she wasn't here though. Most of the time she was not here. But how she left the room is like she was here. Okay? I felt like she was here because of all the dang on stuff everywhere. But yeah, so these few times when she was here with somebody. Like she always brought somebody with her. I don't understand why, but okay. So yeah, I'm telling the RA about like I could be at risk or whatever due to her bringing people in here all the time. So she like, okay, I understand, that's understandable. Like, who are the people? So I supposed to know this girl whole background and let you know who X, Y, and Z is. Like, I don't understand how I'm supposed to know who these people are. I don't know, they're her friends. You figure this out. So I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I really didn't know. I mean, I knew they were her friends, but I didn't want to be like, oh, they stay in this, that, and that. I wasn't just going to come out and basically like say that. So while we talking, the RA basically says that she going to hit up, like she going to text her, the supervisor and let her know, and then she going to get back with me on the situation. So I'm like, okay. So then that's when I leave again, because I'm like, I went back home for another whole week. Another whole week, okay? So I gets back this time. Now this time, you had way more than enough time to clean up and put your stuff up and get it out the way. At this point when I got back, I'm thinking like, who raised you? Like, how can you even live like this? I don't understand, okay? I gets back, it's piss on the toilet. I'm leaving pictures. I got some pictures, okay? Yeah, piss on the toilet seat. Stains inside the toilet. It's weed wrappers in the trash. And she had a towel down on the floor. So I know she had been smoking weed in the bathroom. And let me put this in there. When we first met in person, when we was talking to a little bit. She was saying how she smoked or whatever, but she wasn't gonna smoke in here. I'm like, good, because I don't really like the smell of weed. I don't like weed, nor do I smoke. Okay, so you should be understandable and considerate. But no, when you don't have no home training, shit like this happen. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna insert the pictures that I saw the first time that I took. So now I'm complaining to the RA again. Look, somebody got to go, because I'm not gonna be dealing with this. And then I talked to my daddy about it too, and my daddy he boost your head up. Now he like, oh no, you got to get from around her. She got to go. One of y'all got to go. Like, my daddy is like that. Like, he has no filter. He gonna let it be known what's on his brain, okay? And that's what he was telling me. So he was like, I was like, yeah, Dad, you right. I need to leave, or she got to leave, okay? So I hit up the RA, and I'm complaining again. I'm like, but this time I'm sending pictures, okay? I'm sending pictures of the filth and everything that I saw. I'm gonna insert them pictures too. When is the dates when is the dates for us to be able to move out? Like, get a room change. That's what it is, get a room change. And she like, I'm sorry that this happening to you and blah, blah, blah. And then she like, well, here's the dates that you can request a room change. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. But it was still like a week and a half to the date was, okay? So now I'm home and gotta live in this field for another week and a half until I can move. That's what I'm thinking, I'm gonna move. I left out a thing too. Y'all got really bad memory, but I requested us to do a roommate agreement. If y'all know what a roommate agreement is, it's basically like you, your suite mates, or your roommate. Freshman year is just your roommate, because you know it just be y'all two. But so I'm like, we all need to do a roommate agreement. And she's like, since the COVID or whatever, y'all actually supposed to do it on your own. What are you getting paid for? At this point, I'm being an investigator, and I'm over here doing your job, which is, you know, setting up roommate agreements and handling problems that happen between roommates or suite mates. So I'm just like, whatever. And she's like, well, so she ended up telling me that she can actually set up a roommate agreement, like meeting for my suite mates and my roommate or whatever. So they go by, and another RA hits us up. He's like, I'm trying to set up a roommate agreement for you guys, and what's the best time? So everybody in there telling their best time. And everybody texts back but her. So we waiting on her like, okay, we all need to get a good time. And she eventually texts back and say, I'm actually trying to move out. So we both trying to move out. Okay, actually, I'm gonna just let you move out, is what I thought. So I was like, okay. So she's trying to move out, I'm staying in. So we eventually had a meeting and without her, because she said she's gonna move out. And so yeah, we had a meeting and we basically just discussed things that, you know, how we like to live, basically. Like what we think clean is, like definition of clean and all types of stuff like that. Y'all already know. If y'all don't know, then I can make another video about talking about that. But yeah, so we leave or whatever. Days go by. She still hasn't moved out, sweetie. What are you doing? Do you need help? I can help you. That's no problem. For real. After that, I leave again, go back home. So now this was when I started going back home because I honestly don't even want to be here and waking up and looking at the mess. As y'all saw in those pictures. I don't want to be here looking at that. You're not here to look at it, so why should I sit here and look at it? So I leave and go home. And one day I'm on Instagram. Just looking on Instagram, looking at, you know, going through the stories. And I see her in my god dang on mirror. On my side of the room. So, sweetie, what are you doing on my side of the room? Taking pictures. Enjoying yourself. You can do that, but on your side of the room. Thank you. So yeah, I noticed that. So I come back after a week or whatever. I started to notice that it's trash everywhere. Trash on her side of the room, trash in the bathroom, trash on my side of the room. Not my trash, not my trash. That's not my trash. And trash in the common area. Okay, so now you're really filthy, trashy, and dirty. You're just making a name for yourself, huh? So then that's when I eventually hit up the RA again. Third time's a charm. So I hit the RA up again, and I'm just like, look, one of us gotta go. She's saying she wanna move, she was moving, but it's been 2 weeks now, or a week, I don't know how long it's been, but it's been enough days to know that she ain't going nowhere, or some got to give. So I'm like, I didn't move out because she said she was gonna move out, so there's no need for both of us to move out. So she like, she didn't come to the roommating agreement. I'm like, no, she didn't come to the roommating agreement. So something got to give. We either got to have another roommate agreement with her included, or just move her out. Other RA text me. That was the first RA. This is the second RA. Text me. And was like, well, text us. And was like, we was gonna have another meeting or whatever. And she claimed that she was gonna be busy this time and couldn't come. So he like, well, you said you was gonna move out, but you still haven't moved out. She was like, it's because I haven't got approved. So I'm just thinking like, all this time, I know it had to be. She's still here because she haven't gotten approved. So the RA was like, the only way you gonna get approved is if y'all do the roommate agreement. So I'm like, when you wanna do it? Right now, tonight, tomorrow morning, ASAP. Okay, so we he said he wanna do the roommate agreement. We're gonna meet, but it's just gonna be us two and not students. So I'm like, okay, that's fine, or whatever. So the day come that we're gonna meet, it was like 2 days later. The day come that we're gonna meet, and see my throat itch. The day come that we're gonna meet, and what happened? Oh, and he texted us and say, we're just gonna do it through FaceTime. So I'm like, that's weird, but okay, we do FaceTime, don't matter. Just get it done. So we gets up there and he asking her questions because And he asking her questions, but it letting her know the answers to the questions that I had already answered in the first romantic remake. If you understand what I'm saying, then you understand what I'm saying, okay? So that's what happened. So it already irritated me when he asked the first question. What is clean to you? Is the question. I kid you not, she said, I don't know, just clean. I was on FaceTime like this. Because, girl, we should not even did this at this point. Cause you don't know nothing, and you definitely don't know what clean is, okay? I got pictures to show that you don't know what clean is. So yeah. At this point, after the meeting or whatever, it has still been like a month and a half, going on 2 months, y'all. Or it could have been 2 months. I really don't know. I think it was like almost 2 months. She has not cleaned up one time, has not put up one piece of clothing. All those 12 bins I told you about in the beginning, still laid out all over the floor, all in the closet, all in the way. I ain't mentioned this. One time I was coming out of the bathroom, I did had a light on, like in the closet area, and I bumped into one of them bins. See, now, bitch, you hurt my toe now, okay? So when she got in here, like later on that night, she used to creep in here like 2 o'clock in the morning. Bitch, I'm up. Okay, I'm going to bed till 4 in the morning. So I'm up at 2, so I'm going to see you. So I'm like, so she take a shower or whatever. That's what she usually do, take a shower, change, and leave. Sometimes she didn't take a shower. She just come in, change, and leave. And one time she was getting ready to leave. So I'm like, let me see if this girl really going to leave or she going to leave that stuff right there. Because I'm like, I don't want to be a mother, but I'm going to have to do it this time. So she about to leave, like she heading towards the door. I'm like, can you move your basket? She like, what basket? Or like, no, she ain't say what basket. She like, huh? I said, your basket, your bin, can you move it? Like it's in the way. She's like, okay. So she goes and moves the basket and she leaves. So I'm like, at least she moves the basket. I don't gotta pick her shit up and throw it over there because that's what I really wanted to do. I did do that one time, but I really didn't want her touching my stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna stop touching her stuff, but she need to move out the way. That's why I let her know again. But before I leave, I take my mirror down. Okay, I take my mirror down because I'm like, nah, because I know when I'm not here, she gonna be trying to take pictures again. Because when I was here, she won't take no pictures. She won't in my mirror. But as soon as I leave, which is what I saw on Instagram, she was taking pictures in my mirror. Yes, I was being petty. It was petty, but then like while I'm home for another week and a half, I'm like, it's just on Instagram. But I know, and she posts a lot of like snaps each day on Instagram. But I noticed I didn't see none of her stuff that day. Or like I haven't seen it in a couple days. So I go to like, I'm just thinking, I'm like, did she block me? So I goes and type in her name or I go and do something. And I see that I'm not following her. She not following me. Like she not coming up in my thing, nor is she following me. So I'm like, she gotta have blocked me, which is okay, sweetie. That's okay. I'm not mad. I just need you to leave. But when I gets back here, honey, when I gets back to this school in this room, it was dang near empty. Thank you, Lord. I was so happy. So happy. I was doing a dance, and I don't even know how to dance, honey. So I was in here doing a dance, happy, telling everybody, know, my mama, my daddy, my brother, my boyfriend, my best friend, everybody, letting them know. I don't think I let my best friend know at the time, but I was letting everybody know, look, she gone, y'all. She gone. She is gone. But more of the story is, I would just say, try to at least get to know or find somebody that you do know the room with, because it was all bad. It was totally different from when I was rooming with my best friend for the, like, I honestly miss her because it was sickening and sad and dirty. And she's just a rusty, crusty, dusty girl, I guess. I don't know if it's because she gay or what, but I don't, she really terrified me. I don't think I would ever room or live with another gay girl. Like, I can't, because it was it was sad. It was sad. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. And yeah, I got a lot of more videos coming, y'all. So y'all stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you can be notified each and every time I post a new video. And yeah, I'm up out of this thing.